This is Clint's mom. Thanks for the shout outs. This is the way of the dork.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 1 of the Prickly Pineapple Podcast. I'm Nate, a.k.a. Angry Nate.
This is Curtis Jackson.
I am Collector Clint.
And this is Ryan, Asian Tony Stark.
And this is actually not episode 1 of the Prickly Pineapple Podcast. Thank God we changed our name.
It's 50 for 50 cents.
This is episode 50 of the For Dorksmen Podcast. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for all 50 episodes, which is insane.
And if you haven't joined us for all 50 episodes, then we hate you. If you have not listened to all of them.
So much.
Until you get to all 50 episodes, then
we love you. Then we love you. Yes.
If anyone's going to listen to all 50 in a row in one sitting, I will get you a special prize.
Wow.
Are you going to pay for their back tattoo?
I will pay for their back tattoo of whatever they like. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining us this week. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Instagram at _Dorksmen. Feel free to email us at dorksmen@gmail.com. I pledge for episodes 51 to 100, I will actually check the email once a week.
Lies.
That's a lie. I totally will not check the email once a week. Yeah, so by now you probably submitted your bingo cards. Hopefully you guys are playing along with this episode. Everyone that submitted a bingo card will make sure to get you guys some stickers. We'll reach out to you via email to get your address if we don't have it already.
Clint's here.
But regardless, please share your bingo card as you're listening. Dorksman Bingo is the hashtag. Throw in Dorksman50 just for fun and tag us at the _Dorksman if you would. So we can just enjoy them and see what you guys did.
Exactly. Was it the golden episode, Joey? The golden shower episode 50?
It is. That's exactly what it is.
So if you put like P on your card, which would be amazing because we don't usually talk about.
Wait, are you talking about the word pee, or like if they literally pee on the card? Like there's a spot where they pee on
instead of
it.
writing it, they just pissed on their card. Like they pissed on
It's a really weird direction today.
Nice.
Man.
Yeah, wow.
It's because of that stupid Bean Boozled. Shout out to Eva for encouraging us to do this.
During the Dorksman pre-party, yes.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that one of the jelly bean flavors was piss.
No.
I wouldn't know what that tastes like, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, come on. You've peed in your own mouth before.
That's talent.
That's
Well,
some
any new
mad
listeners,
skills.
we're sorry to see you go, but thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah, so what else we got going on this week? Dorksman Game Night, we'll do that this week on the Friday. We're probably going to do something special that we talked about during the pre-party. If you missed the pre-party, too bad. We're not going to talk about it till Friday.
But be there anyway, 8 o'clock, twitch.tv/the_Dorksman.
8 o'clock
7
for
o'clock.
you got to specify the time zone, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, 7 o'clock Pacific.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Fridays.
Specifically, it's 7 o'clock Pacific.
Pacific.
Jinx. So we'll jump into it. We'll get into our regular Ask the Dorksman segment. Our first question comes from Steph. Shout out to Steph.
Yay, Steph.
Favorite Freddy Funko Pop, and do you own it? Is her question. We've answered like what's her favorite pops. We've done that a bunch of times, but what's just your favorite Freddy Funko Pop? Joey, do you want to answer first?
Yeah, I don't own it. I'll probably never own them because it's actually a set of 4 if I really wanted to do it right, and that would be the Freddy Funko Ninja Turtles. Our friend Trevor from Secondary Heroes, I believe, not only has all 4 of them, but also, if I remember correctly, also has all 4 of the protos of them in his collection. I could be wrong about that, but I think I remember seeing him share that before. So shout out to him, and Prog or Josh or DeLorean, if you're listening, please message me his address so I can go steal them from his house at some point whenever the pandemic's over. I have some airline miles burning a hole in my pocket. I will gladly fly out there, rob Trevor blind, maybe take him to dinner, and then head on home.
Just make sure it's not the raw rigatoni. Little throwback to the pre-party.
Tubes.
Yes.
Tubes, that's right.
Tubes.
Anyway, I'll answer
Columns
next.
of pasta.
Columns of pasta.
It's either a horrible Excel spreadsheet or it's something that's used to build a building. Either way. My answer, I have a couple honorable mentions. I really like the Freddy Funko as Ernie or as Bert. They did in Fun Days a few years ago. The one that sticks out to me that I would want, I do not have, is Freddy Funko as Bender from Futurama.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
I would love to have that. I think there's even a gold one floating around out there, but
I think there is two
That's
variations.
like the 1 in 24 of that year.
Yeah,
one of the 1 in 24s.
I mean, I'd love either one to be honest, but outside my price range. But that's, I have plenty of Freddies, including since Steph did this, she sent me the Rick. Freddy is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, which I love. So thank you, Steph. But Bender will always be my quote unquote in search of when it comes to Freddy Funko.
How about you, Ryan?
I thought that we were gonna go with the favorite that we own, so I guess I'll give a twofold answer. Number one, the favorite that I don't own that I wish I had, my holy grail, if you will, would be the 1 in 12 metallic Freddy as Tony Stark from Fun Days 2011, which I will never get because number one, the price tag would probably be like 10 grand, and second, most of the guys that have it will not sell it anyway, so that's a dead end.
That's the problem when you get into those low numbers. Is most of them are in hands of their permanent homes. Like Juno's really trying to corner the market. He's got like almost half of the Freddy Venom pops, and that's insane to me.
Well, there's two. We have two friends that have them too, though, right?
We have
one.
3, unless one of them sold one of those.
Okay, 3. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's the first part of my answer, and the second one that I actually own right now, and I think this goes without saying for many people within our community, is my SMF.
Oh, that's a good one for sure.
Especially now after everything that's transpired over the last several weeks at Funko, knowing that some people may not even end up getting 2.0 or Sassy Boy Freddy, whatever you call it these days. The fact that I was able to get it directly from Sully and the team, it means a lot to me personally, and I would never give it up.
You're talking about the first one, right?
Yeah, I don't own 2.0.
No.
Thankfully, I was able to get a second SMF, and I was able to gift that to Cliffy. We've spoken about that before, but it's to me, that's the gift that keeps on giving, is because the friendships that have formed as a result of me being part of this fanatic community.
So wait, is this a flex?
I guess you could.
Don't ding it. Don't do it.
Ding
is it
it.
A flex?
Ding.
Oh, there it is.
Even though it's not in front of me right now, it's on the wall.
That's why I had to clarify if it was a flex.
It was organic. It's not like we forced it, Nate. Right? It's
that bell's
fine.
gonna get stolen as quickly as possible.
Is Joey gonna stop here on his way to? Is Joey gonna stop here on his way to Trevor's to steal the bell and then go to Trevor's?
Steal the bell.
The only reason I would steal that bell would be to bring it home to ring it more, because I love that bell.
Yeah, it was. Thank you very much to Alex, by the way, guys. Because he's the one that sent.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out. I didn't force that one either, just to be clear. But Joy, back to your side. I think the other person that has all of them as well as the protos would probably be Hoos. Snack Daddy.
Oh yeah,
I bet you he probably has them too.
He's one of the biggest TMNT fans I know. So also shout out to Snack Daddy. Ding.
Even though I was already scared or used, but we'll do it again just for fun.
And Nate, how about you?
If you hate the bell, please write us at dorksmen@gmail.com and tell us to throw the bell away.
And you could, because nobody can read it.
Yeah, because Nate won't read the email.
That's true. Address it to me and put bell in the subject
line,
and I'll read it. Anyways, for me, I think I'd have to say the Freddy Flux, the 4 set of the Freddy Flux from Fun Days from 2017.
Those are good.
Would be way up there, and that's like, to me, I feel like that's like a reasonable set that I could put money down on if I really, really wanted to, and I wouldn't like feel awful about doing it, because it's still within like, I think they're like 400 to 500 each, like for the rare ones. So it's still something that I would possibly put money on. But ones like that I would never in my wildest dreams, unless I won the lottery, would be probably the Freddy metallic ad icons, the cereal Freddies.
Yeah.
So those would be a very pretty penny, and even then, like Ryan said, I think a lot of people wouldn't want to part with those, as because they're such a rare piece of Funko history, so it'd be very hard to find to begin with. But those would be my absolute, if I had to pick, I would pick those as my favorites of all time for the Freddy Funkos, because there's no Hulk one. If there was a Hulk one, that would be it.
Not yet. Maybe.
So if anyone's listening out there, Brian, Mr. Mariotti, if you're listening,
Frankie Mariachi, right? As Fernando calls him.
Yeah.
As Fernando from the Geek Together podcast, if you're wondering who you're talking about.
Yeah. Don't associate with us.
I'm sorry, Clinton. Is that a shout out given again?
Oh, well, we already gave shout out. That bingo square's taken.
See, you're doing that same thing from last week. Just ding the dang bell.
You forced it, so there you go.
This bell's
Nate's just shaking his head.
Anyways, Thank you, Steph, for the great question. Let's hear what your favorite Freddy Funko Pop would be. And if you already own it, that's even better. Please show us some pictures. Next question comes from Mark. Hey, M. Rosario, probably on Twitter, right? That's his name. Always
Hey,
confuse it. Always...
Mr. Osario is how it looks to me. That's how I always read it to myself. Hey, Mr. Osario.
Shout out to Mark. He's been in and out with work and stuff, and he hasn't really been around too much. But when he's around, he's a joy to interact with, and he hanging out with us in the pre-party today. So thank you, Mark, for joining us. So his question is, and it's very relevant to our 50th episode topic, which is just a rehash of all the previous things we've done and all the goofy things we've talked about. Which episode of the 4 Dorksmen is your most embarrassing, and which one was the funniest to record?
Am I going first again?
Yeah, of course. That's just how we do it.
Order, same every time. Okay,
order.
Let's not switch it up by any means. So I'm gonna kind of bookend them. So most embarrassing would probably be the first one. Just going back and listening to not only my audio quality issues from my setup from when we first started, but just all the other stuff you do before you get used to something. I mean, everything's practice for about the first 10 or 12 episodes as far as learning what to do and not do and all that kind of stuff. And I think just the more comfortable you get, the better you get. So I would probably say that first one. I don't really have a moment that sticks out that's like, oh, that was so embarrassing. Other than last week when Andrew called me out for like saying the wrong thing during one of my trivia games. I called something wrong on Minecraft.
Oh, Mobs and Bobs thing.
Yeah. And then probably the funniest is that what it is? The funniest episode, funniest moment.
Funniest.
Yeah. That's got to be last week when Clint first started using that dadgum bell, because that thing just made me crack up every time. So episode 1 most embarrassing just because it was new, and episode 49 most hilarious because of the bell. Bell for life.
That bell
works.
life.
Bell for life. That might be a good title.
It's a hard bell life for anyway.
No,
Stop.
Oh, let's sing Bingo Square. Anyway,
You forced it too.
I did already.
we already rung it for that one.
Yeah. Anyway, so mine is kind of funny too, the way it went, because I think the funniest might actually be episode 2, and I say that because it like Joey said, we came a long way, but that's where we discovered Joey has hot takes, and it was all about the ketchup on macaroni and cheese, and it was out of the blue because you listen to our first episode, we're pretty civil, we're new to this, and then Joey comes out in episode 2, and we all start laughing hysterically basically throughout the episode. So
Coming in hot.
You warmed up quickly, let's put it like that. So I would go with that answer for the funniest. Most embarrassing, I have to admit, hosting, I fuddled my words multiple times and probably said the wrong thing, and I get made fun of it probably constantly. So I don't know which episode of those that I've hosted the first 20, but I'd say at least one of those probably has to be the most embarrassing. It might be a conglomerate. Yes. And then thank God Nate took over, and it's not nearly as embarrassing anymore. So that is my answer to that question.
How about you, Ryan?
My turn now. I'd say most embarrassing is the episode that I hosted. A second runner-up was when I screwed up my Marvel trivia, when I definitely should have. I should have won that game.
You should have won that one.
And I just blurted out my answer so confidently, and Clint's like,
That's
"Oh,
right.
you're wrong." I'm like, "Shit,
Yeah,
I was wrong, right?" Because I didn't think my
I was
answer
taken aback.
Yeah.
Taken
So
aback how wrong.
I think that would be my most embarrassing moment. And what was the second part of the question? The funniest?
the funniest
yeah.
recording, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about like recording wise, but I think the funniest moment within the whole podcast venture here, I'm gonna also include game nights because that's something that's come up recently. By the way, Dorksmen Game Night on Fridays, 7 p.m. Pacific on Twitch. Be there. Is this past Friday when I offered to give away Sully Bucks. And Sully chimes in the chat. He's like, "Excuse me, what?"
For those of you who aren't familiar, our friend Sully, CS Sully on Twitch, streams and has a giveaway currency known as Sully Bucks. Well, we have Dork Dollars because we like the idea and want to use it. So you guys should be coming to our streams to earn yourself Dork Dollars to win prizes. But yeah, Ryan's giving away somebody else's currency.
Yeah.
It's like if Canada was like, here's some US dollars.
Oh, that'd be great. Because the conversion rate is so awful. If they paid me in US dollars, I'd be very happy. I would not be opposed to that. Anyways,
Noted.
That is my answer. And Nate, how about you?
For me, I think this one really stands out in my mind. You guys probably haven't caught it, but I think it was like early episode 1 or episode 2. We're talking about favorite cartoons, and for some reason, I just like totally blanked, and like I blurted out GI Joe, which is like, you know, I love GI Joe, but like I love The Simpsons so much more as a cartoon.
No,
and, like,
really?
my
We
wife
didn't know
heard-
that at all.
Yeah, my wife heard it. She was like, "How dare you say GI Joe and not The Simpsons? What kind of fake fan are you?" And she would not let it go for like the first week, and like, you know, was already like kind of nervous about recording and stuff. And it was like, damn it, like people are gonna like, you know, they're gonna be like, "This is terrible. How does this person go out there and just lie on the podcast all the time?" It's just like, yeah. So that one was like kind of stuck with me all this time. So it's always Simpsons is the best cartoon of all time. The funniest, I would have to say, honestly, the funniest moments for me are always when Joey just his random intros, where it's just like, like today, like he did. So we had a little bit of an audio issue. So the first one that we didn't actually record was just as goofy. He did some weird voice and screamed that he was 50, like just shit like that. That just like is hilarious because you can't actually see us when we're recording. So when we go silent, it's like we're all like leaning away from the microphone, trying not to laugh into the mic, and like we're making faces. It's such a good time. So, any one of those random moments like that are definitely some of my favorite moments and the funniest moments for me when we're recording. Anyways, so
I think honorable mention.
Usually the most.
Sorry, go ahead, Joey.
I was just going to say, it's just usually the most random stuff that makes me crack up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think honorable mention for a lot of it too was like, for example, we call you Tree now, but that came up organically and randomly within the podcast, and like with Clint, we call him Dingus all the time. That's another one. It just came up organically.
It's great.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride over this last almost year, and to think this all kind of stemmed from standing in line at Fun Days and talking about pineapples. There's your throwback to the start of the episode, guys.
Wow, Ryan gave us his nuts.
Yes,
I gave you
Ryan
my
laid his
black nuts. You
Yeah,
gotta
right.
be specific.
You had enough for everybody.
Draped all down our neck, onto our chest.
I
in
still
the
have mine.
sweaty San Diego heat, he draped his nuts on our neck.
Yes. Made it pretty sticky.
That's what we should have done for the pre-party today. I totally forgot. I had mentioned it last week. I was like, yeah, we should have all worn our kukui nuts today. That would have been cool.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it would have been cool.
For the 1 year anniversary, that's still to
Yeah.
come too.
Yeah,
We could
that's
do
the-
that, or when we do our little SDCC stuff, maybe we could do that. As
Oh
well.
yeah, hell yeah.
Even, why not both?
Why not why not put them on and not take them off?
Why not
Yeah,
you
why not
just
shower
shower
with
with
them?
them, Clint, and then just
Shower with
ruin
Ryan's
it,
nuts.
ruin my black.
I
nuts.
can't wait
Get 'em
till
all
I go.
wet.
I'm gonna go for a run, and Ryan's nuts are gonna sweat around my neck.
Yeah, we're gonna scare off
You
new
said it,
listeners,
not
Clint.
me.
Yeah, that's true. Ding.
Oh, is it the peacock at the beginning didn't scare anybody?
Ding.
Come on now.
Hello, ding. He said it.
Oh,
You missed it.
There
Yeah,
you go,
thank
yes.
you. I got your
Sorry,
back,
yep,
Joey.
you're
You're slow on the bells.
Yeah.
Son.
Well,
Too much edibles.
edibles,
Sorry.
man. Them edibles are hitting hard. How's that beer, by the way?
It's
The
this pineapple
beer?
wheat beer. That's actually pretty good. It doesn't taste a lot like pineapple, but it's sweet, so it's good.
Did you pour some into your bong and like smoke some?
I'm gonna leave some for bong water later. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't worry.
Perfect.
Oh, by the way, Colorado drug joke.
Uh-huh.
So, anyways, thank you, Mark, for that question. I know you've been a long time listener. You've been supporting us for a very long time. So we'd love to hear your funniest moments that you thought when you're listening, or anything embarrassing that you caught while we were recording. We'd love to hear it. And that goes for anybody else. Like, feel free to jump on and answer these Ask the Dorksmen questions. We love hearing the questions. We love hearing your answers as well. So don't think it's just answers that only we can answer. We'd love to hear what moments you guys found funny and whatnot over the last 50 episodes, because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It honestly doesn't feel like it's been a year.
It
Just
hasn't.
about a year.
Yeah, I don't know how
Very
we did
close
it.
to a year.
Like Damien was saying during the pre-party, we are within that 6th percentile that actually passes or exceed. What is it? Meets or exceeds, right? Is what he said. 50
I think
episodes.
so,
Yeah, 50
So
episodes.
the fact that we are now recording episode 50, that's a good percentile.
We
Yet
are the
somehow-
6%.
Yet somehow there's still like 1.3 billion podcasts out there for you to listen to. So if you're listening to ours over any of those other ones, we appreciate you, because there
We really
are a
do.
lot of podcasts out there to choose from.
Only 24 hours in a day and only 16 of those you can listen to anything if you're not sleeping. But anyway, let's continue.
You can listen to stuff while you're sleeping.
I get you could subliminally wake up.
What is this going to be like? Friends now trying to quit smoking? You are a strong, powerful woman.
Oh my!
I guess you guys don't remember that episode. Okay,
I don't remember that episode.
That's
If anybody was going to make a reference to Friends and make a joke, it would be Ryan.
It would be.
That's when Chandler's trying to quit smoking. I know one of the friends that listens will catch it, so they'll tell you.
One of the friends that listen to it?
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
I realize now that was a pun. I didn't intend it that way, but okay. Anyway, as I take my foot out of my mouth, moving on.
That's normal. That's normal.
True.
That's a normal recording Sunday. I think the one of the funniest things is how we used to change our schedule all the time too. When we were recording, it would be like, yeah, Sunday. What time are we recording on Sunday? 2:30, sure. And then the week after, let's record on Saturday. Okay, that works. And then the week after, it'd be like Sunday at like 7 p.m. or something. It took us a while to figure out a proper schedule, but I'm glad we did, and I'm glad we were able to have the pre-party each week and have our friends join us and hang out as we warm up and stuff. So that's been a joy. On a weekly basis as well.
Yeah, and in our defense, we're all so separate in this world. Like Joey's 5 hours difference from me, and to be completely honest and wholesome here, it's been a beautiful thing because you guys have helped to open my eyes for things that I didn't know in this world, obviously. And I'm not intending to force this. This is just organic. But I live on this small little island right in the cold middle of the Pacific, and Joey, I don't know anybody that's of like your background from your part of the U.S. being
Louisianian,
Cajun, and that kind of culture, and so
Cajun with that thick Cajun accent.
So like when I first started talking to my wife about the fact that we're doing this podcast and it's 3 other guys from different parts of the world, one of whom is Canadian. We're all very different, and I'm proud to be part of this because you guys have actually taught me a lot about life. No, because like seriously, like I've never met anybody from Louisiana in my life before. And now I have friends from Canada. You, Nate.
Canada represent.
Mike sometimes. I guess we'll call him a friend. No,
Mike sometimes.
I'm kidding, Mike, by the way.
That guy that wears his jacket in the San Diego heat.
The fact that I call you Mike versus MC should be a good indication that I consider you a friend.
Is it though?
Is it?
Is it?
And Clint, well, what nice can we say about Clint? He has nice hair.
Gee, thanks.
He's in Colorado, where we have some great friends from in Colorado.
And he's high in altitude.
I saw what you did there. I see what you did there.
Because he's in Colorado.
Yep.
And the drugs.
I said you said it, not me.
And the drugs.
I think we already got that one. Anyway. We did a whole episode about the cultural differences, didn't we? I'm trying to remember what episode.
We did, yeah.
We did. However, that was quite a while ago, and it's still ongoing.
Right. Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to reference it for future material. And for some reason, I'm not finding it here. Oh, it's episode 15.
Yes.
East meets West.
East meets West.
Is that the one that we did the soy sauce and vanilla ice cream?
Oh,
I feel like it was earlier than
Dorksmen,
that.
huh?
I feel like it was earlier than that. That was a bad move, by the way.
Wasn't it your idea?
Yeah, it did. It stemmed from me. I suggested it to Nate, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'll be a good sport, and I'll do it too. And I was just like, yeah, this isn't a good idea.
I was the one that ended up eating the soy sauce on ice cream.
Oh, it was.
Right.
I suggested.
I was the
you.
one that got that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was a
ended
good
up doing it
sport,
with
and
me.
I did it with you. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then you didn't want to dance, and that was the end of Challenge
I
the
mean-
Dorksmen. It died. It died, but you couldn't dance like Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Wife
You
told
don't
me not
have
to.
moves like Jagger. It's all right.
Happy wife, happy life.
No moves like Jagger, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, none.
I'm still burping up Bean Boozled beans, and it's fucking disgusting.
That's gross.
Oh, sorry, dude. So for those of you wondering, we do our pre-party, and Nate and I did a challenge to Dorksmen for the first time in at least 10 months, where we did the Bean Boozled challenge, and yeah, we each did 5. Luckily for Nate, his ended at least on a good note with the chocolate pudding versus dog food, but mine ended with instead of strawberry, it was dead fish, and ugh.
Yeah.
If I didn't have this pineapple beer to drink, I'd be, yeah.
I'm just not sure why Clint felt it necessary to take one of them and crush it up into a powder and then snort it up his nose with a rolled up $100 bill. But I mean,
Right.
whatever floats your boat,
Joey, that didn't happen. It was a $3 bill. Come on now.
Yeah, that old mystical $3 bill with the
That's
Illuminati on it.
Isn't that a Limp Bizkit thing? Anyway.
Well, I mean
Yeah.
that was better than the time you like took the spoon and you're freebase just heating it up and put it into your heroin needle.
There's only one way I like to eat my cereal. What can I say?
Freebasing.
That's right.
Freebasing.
Freebase Fruit Loops is the best way to go.
Okay,
Why not? Why
there's
not
the title. Freebase Fruit Loops.
Loops.
That's the title.
Oh.
Some of these titles, man, like I'm just going through and just kind of recapping all we've done. Like some of these titles are just so stupid, and like
Most of them make no sense.
They don't have any correlation to what we're talking about, like as a topic, but it's just one of those things it's so hilarious because it's basically just an inside joke for us. Like some of my favorite ones, like the one we did with Damien was Damien from Geek Together. Shout out Geek Together. Frozen ding dongs. Like we're talking about, obviously we're talking about like snacks and stuff, like carnival food, I think it was. But like frozen ding dongs, if you just said frozen ding dongs out of nowhere, people would just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What other good ones do we have?
By the way, ding dongs frozen are delicious. The host
Maybe that's where it came from. Maybe that was Clint just
Yeah, it was me. I remember that specifically because
going on and on about it. And food in general is something we talk about a lot on here.
A lot,
and
yeah.
There's probably a lot of episodes that have food-based titles, just like this one that we've proposed for episode 50.
Freebase and Fruit Loops. That's right. So there's plenty in there. Nate, I'm kind of surprised we were talking about your most embarrassing. I'm surprised you didn't bring up forgetting Ryan Gosling was from
He was trying to forget that.
I was getting there.
He was trying to forget
gonna say, yeah, no, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
But not
like
as
when
bad
Sully-
as when.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as when
Carl
Ryan
Weathers.
peed his pants.
What?
It wasn't as
Remember that
bad as
episode
when
where
Ryan
peed
did
his
that.
pants? Yeah,
That was bad.
that was pretty bad.
That was just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's why we had to restart the episode. Nobody knows that, but
We were
That's-
talking about golden
Golden
showers. and he
showers
left.
and-
Yeah, golden showers.
Yeah.
And, Ryan
I got
peed.
flustered.
yes.
A little bit too excited.
Yeah.
Peed a little.
It, quote unquote, it was Buddy. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. His buddy was knocking on the door, right? Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't wear those white leather pants like that. It never goes well when you urinate on yourself.
Do you guys remember an episode? I think it was 24. I'm trying to remember exactly right. Yeah, it was around New Year's Eve when Angry Nate literally got angry and just left the room. Like we're in the middle of talking, and I don't even remember. It wasn't even anything like said directly to him. He just got up and left. Nate, I mean, have you gone back and listened to how horrible that episode sounds when you got up and left and we didn't
And
say
it was
anything?
perfect. It was great because you guys deserved it.
Yeah. I just wish you wouldn't have come back. That was the only problem I had with it.
Oh,
Was that you eventually came back. You should have stayed
I-
gone.
I- yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is in the recording, if you listen closely, you can hear him stomping off.
right. Is that because I'm fat and that's a fat joke?
He was trying to make a fat
Wow.
I
joke.
wasn't meaning to, but now that we're here, I mean, it's just gonna stick
Well,
around.
I mean, in his
you know?
defense, you did have that cake when you were a kid, and you showed us a picture of it, right?
It's true.
I was
true.
like, that's some
It's a
fucked
good
up
photo.
shit for your
Right?
family to do that to you when you're a
It's
kid.
definitely that's
Wow.
therapist fuel, man. My
Yeah,
therapist
it
loves
is.
Like, she's,
Totally.
You
she's
have
so happy with
visual
that.
representation of abuse.
That's
Your
couch
happy
time
birthday
stuff
patty
right
cake.
there.
But it's like, I mean, it's like that episode where we discover that Joey wasn't actually as tall as he says he is.
No,
right.
Like,
it's
he's
stilts.
actually he's two people stacked up on each other in a trench coat.
2 midgets.
These two kids.
At San Diego, I borrowed MC's
Yeah.
shoes that he has.
Yeah.
Added 18 inches.
It's actually some guy named Joe and another guy named Scotty, and they put him together to get Joey.
I thought you were going to say Jotty or something. I
Jotty.
didn't know where you were going with that.
Scotty.
Or Scoey.
Scoey.
Do you guys remember when we first started the podcast? Ryan knew nothing about Marvel. It wasn't until like episode 8 when he really like listened to us and went back and watched the MCU and got really into it. And here he is. He changed his name to Asian Tony Stark. He got all those Funko Pops with Iron Man. I mean, he went. Ryan, I still can't
Remember-
believe
Yeah,
Oh man,
mean-
remember when he thought that Iron Man 3 was a Christmas movie?
Oh.
Like he's come such a long way from that just blatant ignorance of things.
I'm gonna let that one
He's
go.
grown a lot.
I'm gonna let that
He's
one
grown
go.
a lot since then.
Yeah,
We've all grown a lot since episode.
instead
right.
of Asian Tony Stark, it used to be Teriyaki Batman, is what it was.
you were a DC fan
No,
back
yes.
then. Yeah,
That
and
is
then
the
you
title
saw
for this week.
And then you saw-
Teriyaki Batman is
And then you-
absolutely
yeah.
the title for this.
If we had a bingo square that said Ryan makes us laugh, like that square would get filled out like once every 12 episodes, I think.
Oh,
Hey, when they come good.
Is that what she said?
they come hard and
Ooh.
fast, right?
That's Rich coming from the number 2 Office fan.
Oh man.
Hi, Austin.
Shout out to number 1 Office fan, Austin.
That's
He
right.
was a
Designer
recent
pop
guest.
heads.
Designer of our pop heads, recent guest on the podcast. We love to have you. We loved having you on, Austin. We love it when you get to hang out with us. We know you're super busy with school and all that, so we do appreciate when you do take the time and hang out at the pre-party, even though it was 30 seconds today.
Hey guys, I'm here. Bye.
Yeah.
We've had some awesome guests over the.
Oh,
over the-
remember that time that Daniel D. Wing from Twitter
Yes.
was a guest on the show?
Dude,
Oh,
that
he
dude
was
would
great.
not shut up. Every time we asked him anything, he talked about everything being a flock chrome scented whatever.
Oh man,
I mean,
on a
I'm-
serious note, did you see him actually get excited? Like real talk. He actually got excited the other day on Twitter when they announced something. I can't remember what it was
Oh,
now,
really?
but he was actually like all happy about it.
Whoa.
And I
Really?
cannot for the life of me remember what
Hey,
it was.
2020, man,
Wow.
it's wild.
It's a weird year, man.
Weird.
I know, man.
I
Murder
Um,
Hornets and D Wing actually being positive. I don't know. These
Yeah,
are
but
the
we-
signs
I mean,
of
we
the
could-
apocalypse.
we couldn't have him long on the show because he was just dragging us all down. It was bad.
What if the Mayans were off by 8 years with their calendar and it wasn't 2012? What if it was 2020?
Well,
What if it's because they're bad at math like me?
I heard it.
Yeah.
You said it, not me.
I like that you brought. Oh, but that was 20. Maybe it's 2021, not 2012. They're partially dyslexic.
Ooh. Maybe it was 80-20 and they just fucked everything up and then now we're all just gonna die.
What
I
if
mean,
it was
going to happen eventually.
420 and it was Clint?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh,
Oh,
man, that
boy.
bell's gonna get worn out.
Yeah,
broken.
that's gonna get worn out.
But seriously, huge shout out to all of our previous guests. I know we've had like Kelly, who was on our
Yes.
Christmas episode and absolutely destroyed me at the game Joey made.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking
she's
about,
yeah.
she had like 6,000 points and I had negative 6,000 points. It was freaking ridiculous. And we've had Julia on to talk Halloween, Corgi to share his Con Manments, which will be an episode you will need to reference in the future because cons will come back, and when they do, that'll be something you should be listening to. We've had Gary twice. How about that?
Right?
Yeah. Is Gary our only two-time guest? I think so, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Yep. Gary's a 2-timer.
Yep.
Gary's the only. When we had Chad on to talk about Funko HQ, we've had actually.
Funko Hollywood. It is not HQ.
You're right.
Yep.
I
Ooh,
apologize. You're
Oh,
right.
Correction.
you got busted.
you got busted.
Fair enough.
man.
It was fair enough.
I
mean,
call
Speaking
it
of-
HQ too. Sometimes.
Well,
Speaking of
Jen's gonna
which-
correct you.
Speaking of which, Clint and Nate, how regretful are y'all that y'all didn't end up going to the Hollywood opening knowing what you know now? 'Cause
Oh,
I am.
Dude, I'm kicking myself for that one.
Yeah, I would have taken if I'd have known. Which I mean, hindsight's always 2020. I
Yeah.
would have definitely been, because that was like really the last legitimate chance for people to get together. Besides, kind of the makeshift thing that people still kind of pulled
Yeah.
off during ECCC.
I'm so
Like, for
pissed.
real,
Chad didn't take me.
Chad,
You
if you're
didn't
listening,
promo hard enough.
you picked the right person.
You
did not want to
absolutely
pick
the right
Clint.
person to bring.
Because as soon as y'all went through at the airport, you'd have gotten busted by the drug dogs,
The drug
and then
dogs.
you would
It's
have missed your
Colorado,
whole
though.
trip.
They're all high too, so they wouldn't have cared. There you go.
But honestly, like if I knew what was gonna happen this year with that LA trip, I would have absolutely gone to Hollywood. I would have absolutely stayed an extra week in LA and hung out and done Disneyland, did everything that I could have in LA that week, knowing what would have happened this year. But it's one of those things where it's like this is all gonna suck a lot until things get better, and then when things get better and we can finally all meet together again, it's gonna be that much better. Like
There you go.
honestly, I
True.
think the first con that we can all safely go to is going to be an absolute party, and it's going to
Oh.
be so much fun.
We're gonna have so much
and,
fun. We're gonna forget to go to the con.
Yeah.
It's just going to be happy seeing your
Yeah.
friends. Totally.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
We wouldn't even need con tickets. We just be like, all right, what are we doing today? We're just going to sit there and just stare at each other and talk for hours.
we should make our little like friend con and go somewhere
Yeah,
crazy. to
exactly.
Have a con,
Exactly.
Friend con. There's a new
Friend
concept.
con.
Sell tickets for
Right.
that.
Now Ryan's excited because he thinks it's a con for the show Friends, and he's going to dress up like Chandler.
Oh man. Oh, he just gave
He
you
just
the
did
double
the-
fist bumps.
The double fist bump.
Or we
guess
can do
you can.
the Ross, and he's like, of course the listeners can't see what
No,
I'm
he's-
doing.
But if you've seen Friends, you catch the reference.
Yeah, the simmer down thing.
He just looks. If not, he just looks weird, and we can laugh at him anyway.
You do that every week.
So we're good.
It's
Yeah.
true we
Same.
do.
I'm okay with it. I loved when speaking of other guests, Evo was on Talk Disney with us. We had Andrew on talking about that blackout bingo card
Mm.
he did, which was awesome. We had Meg on
Meg.
talking about vacations. That was fun. I'm wondering, we've had Geek Together on as we celebrated their 50th episode, and we've had Damien on. So does he count as a 2-time guest?
Yep.
I guess
Yes, I didn't think about that.
You're right.
He was on too. Yeah, you're right.
All right, there you go. So he's on.
We've also had a few of the former Funton cast members
Yep.
on.
Yep.
We've had Ashley, we've had Cam, we've had Sully,
Mhm.
who doesn't know who Carl Weathers is.
Oh,
So we have
Remind us of that.
we've had
We've had a couple secondary heroes. We've had
Yeah,
most
but
recently
Josh
Josh
and Alex.
and Josh on.
we had
Uh,
Nate's friend Chew on.
yep, Chew Boy.
Yeah, Chew Boy.
The first guest we ever had was Larry from the STS guys.
True.
Yes.
And shout out to Larry for the redirect, dorksmanbingo.com. Very helpful.
That's right. That's right.
I
We've
feel
had
like
a-
forgetting anybody, we're gonna be like, we'll never hear the end of it. Like, if we
Right.
forgot somebody.
We forgot when Brian Mariotti was on.
right.
Yeah, it was like that time we had President Obama on, and we
Oh
did-
yeah, that was the time when you farted on mic.
Yeah.
It was like really loud. He was embarrassed for you. It was so bad.
Well, it was worse because Ryan didn't know who Michael Jordan was, and it was just like,
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh, you mean the
awkward,
hockey
too.
player?
No, the pop singer. Come on, man.
guys are terrible.
Nailed it.
Terrible people. Some of these thumbnails that Julie created for us though are just unbelievable. I love all the art that Julie does for us.
Yes. Shout out to Julie for all the art for our podcasts.
I literally go like, so what we do, like how I work with Julie on this is I literally go on Google and I'm like, I think of something that we talked about that was something that kind of had a slight, even just a small reference to what the episode's about. I just look for a PNG and I just email it to her and she does the rest.
Mm.
So it's
Smart.
great. It's a lot of fun.
That's why we love Julie. Well, one of the reasons we love Julie. There's multiple. But that's
That and
one
she
of them
says
for
poop
sure.
There's
all
only
the time.
one.
And she picks on Mike all the time.
She does. So how about this kind of explaining what would you guys like to see in the future of the Four Dorksmen?
Yeah. With the next 50 episodes, what are we going to do?
I think
More
we
guests. I'm sure.
More
I,
guests.
I love our guests. I love that
Yeah,
we have
our
people that
guest shows are
here,
great.
and they always interact like champions. It's not like it's never forced. We always have a good time. They make fun of us like they fit right in.
Crap. I just I'm an awful person. I just forgot. I just remembered our other guests that we've had.
Who's that?
My son. Or Nate's
You mean
son
my
now.
son.
Probably he's probably going to
Yeah.
disown me like 100% and just
You guys
like,
need to
okay,
do it.
move into Canada.
Maybe
guys
you're
need to do
thinking
some,
that because it was like one of those one-off episodes, right? It wasn't all four of us together
Yeah, it
with
was-
him. It was just you and Nate with him.
Right.
That could be why.
My 2D.
My 2D, that's right.
My two dads.
Yeah. 2D parentheses dads.
dads.
Oh,
I can't believe you forgot him. That's
I know.
Shout out McGuire.
Shout out McGuire.
You only have one dad now, and that's me.
Yeah.
Whisper down to Joey.
Yes. Whisper down to me.
Hot take.
That
I'd like
boy-
to see us do a live from somewhere because that would mean we're all back doing things.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that 100%.
A live would be great.
It could have happened in Seattle.
Let's make it up this year in Seattle, 2021.
I'm already planning as long as there is a vaccine available by March of next year. I'm already making plans because it doesn't coincide this time with my wedding anniversary. It's a couple of weeks difference, so I should be pretty good to make it this time. But we'll see because if there's no vaccine, I don't know if there's going to be a con. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sucks to
we
think
can
about.
hope. We can hope.
Yeah.
all we can do.
That's all we have is hope
Help me, Obi-Wan.
And beer.
And pineapple.
And pineapple.
Hope,
You know what I
love,
want to do
pineapple.
for the next 50 episodes is convince at least one person who doesn't like pineapple on pizza to actually convert them to enjoying it.
At least try it.
Aim for the stars.
Well, I think part of it too, realistically, it depends on where you get it from. If you have canned pineapple on your pizza, that's not going to be the same as having like legit fresh pineapple. Because the pineapple that comes out of the can is just like stewing in that juice, and it's way too
that
sweet,
weird,
right? So
almost like a syrup.
Yeah.
It
is. It's not going to do it justice. If you have like a legit real pineapple, then yeah, it'll be good.
And the pizza too.
I think it's better.
I mean,
right?
it's got to be a good
it makes
pizza.
a big difference if the pizza is good or not too.
And what you put on the pizza to go with it, because I mean, it's not like we're saying just have a pineapple pizza where it's just pineapple, tomato sauce, and cheese. I mean, you need to have the right, I think, salty meat to go with it.
Yep.
What if it's not that you don't like pineapple on pizza, but it's you don't like ham?
Well, put some sausage on that bad boy then. Slap your
Mix it up,
sausage on the
live
pizza.
a little.
I'd
Put some
actually
pineapple on
personally
your pizza.
rather have sausage and pineapple anyway versus ham and pineapple.
Because it's a bit saltier, right? Like with the
that and the
sausage,
texture.
it's
I think the
saltier,
texture is better.
Yeah.
If we're being like completely like analytical about it, then yeah, I think it's way better.
Hey, who's this
You
guy?
guys done talking about pineapple pizza now?
Did we scare
Where'd
you
you go?
off?
Did you go pee?
I got annoyed at your pineapple pizza discussion, so I left.
Too bad that didn't actually go over well with our listeners because they couldn't, hear you leave.
Oh, I thought I said I'd be right back and left, but anyway.
It's all the beer. It's all the beer.
It's all the beer. It's all this. And by the way, I'm drinking pineapple beer, so it's close.
Did you finish it?
Not yet. Still working on it. It's 32 ounces. It's a giant.
You're nursing that thing.
Anyway, remember that time we had a podcast and Joey got trashed off of his one drink?
Yep, that never happened.
No, it did not.
He had a virgin margarita, and then he flipped his mobile home and stuff, and it was wild. Police chase.
Hey, don't steal my thunder. I was going to tell that story later.
Well, way to go, Nate. Way to spoil that. By the way, if anybody, well, I shouldn't say this, but I always wanted to do this in like high school or early college, was get a keg of non-alcoholic beer and mark it as something else and see what happens. See who has like, oh, I've had 3 or 4 beers tonight. Oh, I'm so trashed. Like,
it would have to be somebody that didn't know already the difference, because most of them have a very distinct taste to them from the others.
I agree. Yes, I imagine. I've actually never had.
I think what you could do though, I think you could start the night off with just regular stuff, and then at some point switch them out. And I don't think anybody would know the difference.
Interesting. Anyway, just a random thought. Clint's random thoughts.
So don't drink any beer from Clint going forward.
Because
if you're my friend, if I'm your friend, I'm gonna give you good beer. I'm a beer snob. Come on now.
So is that how we tell you if we're friends or not? As if you.
Yes, that's right. I'm like, here, you can have this Bud Light. You should probably just leave.
What if it's Coors Light?
Coors Light, it depends on the situation. Bud Light, Miller Light, it means I don't like you at all, and you're lucky I'm not punching you in the face.
What if it's natural light? Natty Light.
Natty Light means I respect you not at all. It means you need to
Is
grow
that
up.
worse than Miller Light for you?
Yeah. Yes. Keystone Light means you're way too cheap.
What if it's Schlitz?
Schlitz means I dig your style.
What is that? Is that actually a thing? Schlitz? I've never heard of this
It's
before.
a brand.
It's
a brand.
See, always learning something new every week.
Always
Like seriously, I'm like, what's Schlitz?
Schlitz malt liquor. Come on now.
Yeah.
Is that like Zima? Since you said malt liquor,
It's not. It's not.
No.
Really, yeah.
No.
Is Zima even still a thing?
We were having
Zima's
this
a thing.
discussion the other night. Me and my wife were talking about this. About we were watching some TV show. It was Shameless on Showtime, and they were drinking Bartles and James. And so we were talking about that kind of stuff. And Zima got brought up, and she was talking about how everybody used to put the Jolly Ranchers in the Zima, and then then it became Mike's Hard Lemonade, and Smeared Off Ice was the I guess malt beers to drink at that point. I don't know if that's the right terminology for it or not.
Ryan, to answer your question, Zima was discontinued and then brought back later on. I think it's currently in production still.
Yeah, it did get discontinued for a while. So
but
that should tell you something.
I don't know if it's the same formula, to be honest. Anyway, we're getting way off topic here.
If anyone likes Zima, please stop listening.
I don't know, but I actually never did it. I always wanted to try like putting a watermelon Jolly Rancher in there.
I've never had one.
Yeah, I can't recall. At least I can't recall one. But
all right, so that's what we'll do the next time we meet up.
There you go.
Buy a pack of Jolly Ranchers and a 6-pack of Zima and drop a Jolly Rancher in it.
Fair.
And we'll get made fun of constantly.
And we'll put them in some koozies and carry them around.
Dude, koozies are Dynamite. I'm all for that. Anyway, back to the podcast at hand here. What are some of your other favorite moments you guys can think of?
This,
This is a good one.
Yeah, this right here.
the
is a
fact
good
that
one.
we made it to 50.
That is impressive,
It's a
actually.
big accomplishment, honestly.
Yeah, it's
like
it's,
all jokes aside, it's been a very fun journey. It's something that I honestly didn't think about because it was just we would just go in, we record, we hang out, and we do our thing. But I never thought of where do we see this in a year, or where do we see this in 50 episodes. It's just I don't see an end. I don't see like this is gonna be, this is it. Like this is just what we do now. This is just part of who we are in a way.
This is me now.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my line.
well,
Sorry.
Yeah.
yep.
Sorry, B Squatch.
It used to be my line.
That's not,
Still
it was
is.
borrowed. Thank you
It
for
was
letting me borrow
borrowed.
it.
You're welcome.
Something
we're turning
borrowed,
a full tank
something
of gas.
new.
That's not how that goes.
We're not getting married, Ryan.
It's something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new. I think.
Yeah,
I
that
might
can
be
say it
wrong.
whatever way
I
I
think it's
want it. I
reversed.
wasn't trying to quote the line, so there you go.
You were the most recent one to get married, so you should know.
Yeah, you should know.
Eh.
It's very true. It's been a ride. There's just too many things, man. Too many great memories. Too many laughs. Too many. That's why I'm glad this is all documented, so we can go back and listen to it. In fact,
Mhm.
I think everyone should try listening to our first or second episode, and then go on
Right,
to
just
this
see how
one
far
and
we've come.
Ugh.
listen to the difference.
I
and
actually
how more.
don't want to listen to episode 1 because I'm gonna cringe at how awkward it was. Because now we have no issue talking over each other. So much to the point that
No.
Clint had to tell me to shut up a few weeks ago because I kept talking over Ashley. Right, and I'm the one that talks the least among the four of us. So the fact that somebody had to
You just
tell me to
always
shut up.
always talk during Ashley.
Yeah.
Every time she would start talking, you did too. It was amazing.
And part of it is the fact that we are over video conferencing. There is a slight delay, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it happens.
I think people know that.
Everybody pokes fun at it now in the commercials. Even Progressive has a commercial making fun about video conferencing. They're all talking over one another. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to? So it's just the new thing that we live in.
I have a new most embarrassing moment that I just remembered.
What's that?
It took me 28 episodes to figure out how to work my microphone.
Oh,
That's when we had
that you were
Sully on,
talking
and
into
that
the
was
back
like,
of it.
yeah, that I was because I didn't realize that the way the microphone was positioned. But yeah, 28 episodes before I figured out how to use my microphone properly.
You know what though? I will give you a semi pass on that because you go back and listen to that first episode, and I don't think any of us sound as well as we sound now. So
Right.
it's come a long way, thank God.
Yeah,
And I mean, same thing with our
Like-
game streams. You know,
Yeah,
our game
streams
streams.
have been
Thank you,
stepped
Ryan.
up.
You've done a lot of work with that. By the way, Ryan is doing a giveaway as his own, so make sure you're following him as an individual streamer as well. And I love our happy hours we've done, our game nights, our pre-parties. Who knows what the future will bring? But I love that this goes beyond the podcast. It's not just we get together once a week, talk about whatever the hell we want, and then that's it.
We all learned a lot through this. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best thing I talked about this during the pre-party was when Joey went from episode 1 as being Batman to a full-fledged normal man with lights and everything.
The lighting,
Yes.
and the funny part is the lighting has not changed in the room that I'm in.
It's like you
not
backed up from the
changed.
laptop or something.
I don't
Either
know.
way,
I don't know
it
what
works.
it is.
It works so much
Was it
better
your
now.
attitude? Was it like you were
That's what it was.
and you hated
That's
it,
what it
and then you're
was.
like, you know what? I actually don't mind these other two, but 'cause
Hey-
you always love me, so you
Always.
Do you remember that time Joey was goth? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, he had the,
When
the,
he
the
had the
black,
big
Black
black
nail polish
eyeliner.
and
Yep.
eyeliner.
You always
yeah.
painted your face. I mean, yeah, it was.
Looked like Sting, the wrestler. Like the first few
Yeah.
episodes, he's definitely.
I still have the chain wallet.
What about your nose ring?
in your too big a Jinko paint jeans.
Yeah,
Of course, with Joey, you probably had to pay a lot of money for all that denim.
That's a lot of denim. You could fit a
Well.
small car underneath the cuff.
Are
of
you
the
a
jeans.
are you a closet ICP fan? Is that what
Yes,
your
I
closet
love
is?
Insane
Well,
Clown
ICP.
Posse.
Well,
Jeez.
Down,
right
down
now,
with the clown.
right now,
And-
did you see all the donations they've done and all the charity work? And
They're honestly like I make fun of them a lot, but the Juggalos are
that's what they said.
They're
I
doing
mean,
something right in the world,
Clown
man.
Posse, they're the genuinely concerned posse of clowns, or something like that.
Are they even still doing music?
They are.
Wow.
Yeah, they every year they do like the Gathering of the Juggalos, and it's like it's such an interesting. There's lots of interesting documentaries on YouTube about it, but like the one weird takeaway. I don't know how we got onto this topic, but it's family and the way that they conduct themselves. It's a very family oriented, as in like closeness, not as in a traditional normal mom dad family, but like, you know what I mean, like a family of fans and a family of people that get together for a common purpose.
It's like our 4 Dorksmen family.
Yeah,
And the whole entire Nerds Unite family. There's a
There you
whole
go.
reason why all of us came together last year, and like I'd like to think in some way, shape, or form it is kind of like destiny or kismet or whatever word you want to call it. But we're all
What's Kismet?
Kismet is like destiny.
Is it a Hawaiian slang word?
No, isn't
Oh,
it?
okay. I
Isn't
just
it just
never-
like a normal
heard
word? Oh, really?
I've never heard
It
of
is
that
a
before.
normal
Okay.
word. Clint's trying to force another bingo square.
Okay,
I've never heard
there
of that
you
word
go.
before.
Okay, but anyway, like in all seriousness, I think the fact that we span across the globe. I mean, there's even fanatics that we know through this network that live in Singapore and the Philippines, right?
There's England. Yeah, there's Spain.
And shout
Yeah.
out to Mac Duck now. I mean, he's part of this extended network now too with the whole game stream thing. Is he's from Scotland, and
Yep.
it's crazy to think that there's people that span across the globe, and somehow we're all connected via this thing called technology and
What's
life.
even crazier to think is, I mean, almost a year ago, not quite, we were all underneath, for some reason, some shaded area, standing outside hours before an event, hanging out at Fun Days. I mean, how crazy was that? I mean,
Mhm.
we knew each other, we'd interacted, but we'd never met until that day.
Yeah.
And we were all there, and there's so many fun pictures to prove it. It's just wild. And then who thought, this podcast would come out of that? Secondary Heroes and Geek Together were already happening, but they were in their infancy. And I'm sure there's much more that's happened since then. That's when I first got to meet the STS guys, and just wow. Damn it! Now I'm getting sad. I'm all verklempt. Talk among yourselves. Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island. Discuss.
Oh man, I think you need to turn your hat around if you're gonna do the Mike Myers stuff. Since you're wearing your Waynesworth hat today.
I was wearing his Wayne Rose hat
honestly
today.
wore a hat today just so all 4 of us would be wearing a hat, and then Joey.
And Joey goes and
Got my hair fixed all purdy for everybody today.
oh,
Thought everybody else would do the same. But y'all don't care as much about this as I do, apparently.
Scooby-Doo ending.
Get all dolled up.
I care about the fans, man. That's why I'm wearing a hat. You know how often I wear a hat.
yeah, I was trying to get him a free bingo square.
And you ruined
No
it.
free square. No.
You know what my most embarrassing moment is where I when I wore the sorter and couldn't speak just now, but when I wore the sorter on my head to have a hat.
We have a picture
Yeah,
to
that was
prove
pretty
it too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's out there. I'm aware. But in all seriousness, everyone listening, thank you. Just thank you. This has been so much fun. And we love having all the interactions with you, whether it was in SoundCloud, whether it was in Twitter, or Instagram, in person, etc. It's been so much fun interacting with you. Thank you to all our guests. It's been so much fun to have you guys on the show, talking with you, joking with you, having fun with you, playing games with you. I'm sorry to those that didn't win, and to those that did win, screw you. But
Even if you didn't win but beat Clint, you still won.
that's
Hey,
right.
I mean,
Like
that's
Josh
still a
last
bingo
week.
square.
Ah, that's right.
Yep.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But and then of course, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. It's been surprisingly not surprisingly fun because of you, but surprisingly fun that's worked out as well as it has, and that the future is so bright for the Dorksmen.
Agreed.
Well said.
That
Well
was-
said.
That was dumb.
Dumb to dumb. Well, you know what?
Y'all stupid.
You know what though? One of
What's
my
that?
favorite parts of our podcast happens at the end of every podcast. Do you
When
know
it's
what-
over and you don't have to talk to us anymore.
My favorite part too.
I was talking briefly before that, but anyway, I think it's time.
It's game time.
I love this.
Yeah, we
part.
got a special one for the 50th
Special
episode.
one.
Yeah, a special one. Probably none of y'all are going to win, but hey, look, we'll give it a try and see.
We're all gonna lose.
Yeah, if possible, that's my personal goal is somehow to have all 3 of y'all lose today. I mean, if that can happen, then that'll be my Christmas. So, this week's game is called Who Are You People?
Oh, okay.
We're going to play a little trivia game, getting to know some fun facts about your fellow dorks. So, you'll each take turns choosing between 2 different categories and answering a corresponding trivia question about one of your fellow dorksmen.
Wow.
First one to 1,000 points wins,
Or
or whenever I run out of questions, whoever has the most.
This might take a while.
Yep.
Get
And we're going to go in
comfortable.
order. So first up is Ryan,
All right.
your categories to choose from are math or edibles.
Let's go math.
Good call.
Excellent. What in episode 19, what two things did Nate say he has never eaten for breakfast?
Holy shit. How is this a math question? Just because it's two things together?
It's because it's Nate.
Hey man, whatever you that's really
Nate,
what it
do
was.
you
but-
remember?
I don't remember.
See,
This is gonna
then
be
what
terrible.
the hell? Gluten-free waffles and hot dogs.
No, I'm sorry. The two things Nate has never eaten for breakfast are lunch and dinner. So you get 0 points
What the hell?
for that one.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Nate, you are next.
You
Your
just fucking with us right
choices
now.
your choices are spam or FOMO.
Let's go with FOMO. Let's go with
All
FOMO.
right.
All right, FOMO.
Despite having a early version of spell check, what word was spelled incorrectly on all of Clint's high school English papers?
His name.
No, I'm sorry. The word that was always spelled incorrectly was incorrectly.
Okay.
Clint, it is your turn.
Let's do it.
Your choices are hot dogs or anger issues.
I'm gonna go hot dogs.
All right, excellent. Ryan has a tattoo of this object on his left butt cheek. It starts with an E and ends with an E, but only has one letter in it. What is the tattoo of?
His tattoo is the letter V. I don't know.
What?
No idea.
No, I'm sorry. It starts with an E, ends with an E, and has one letter in it. It is a tattoo of an envelope. Oh, man. Y'all are doing
all right,
horribly. I'm just saying.
Well played.
We're warming up. We're warming up.
Yeah, I see what you're doing here.
Ryan,
All right.
your choices are Banner or Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Andrew's not in here.
So from Colorado. Simmer down.
Clint once went 60 days with no sleep. How is this possible?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No, I'm sorry. It's because he slept at night, not during the day. I'm sorry. You got that one wrong, too. Y'all are not doing well at all.
No, we're not.
This is
Nate.
you did this on purpose.
Nate, your choices are SVU or mustaches.
Let's go with SVU.
Living on a tiny island in the middle of the Pacific, Ryan was once a rainbow hunter. What did he always find at the end?
Water? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ryan always found a W at the end of rainbow. So it's another Ryan point score. Clint, your choices are Pacific time or MC.
I gotta go MC.
This should be good.
This is gonna be
Okay. Your question. Nate once owned something that allowed him to see through walls. What was it?
Nate once owned something that allowed him to see through walls, huh? Was it? Oh, I don't know. Was it his eyes?
No, I'm sorry. It was a window. So
Window.
again, that's 0 points for you.
We're tearing this up.
Yeah,
Y'all are doing awful, and I appreciate that.
This is funny.
That's an early
This
Christmas
is
present
Joey's
to me.
version of winning the game.
Yes. Okay, so Ryan, you're up.
With Ryan,
You get to choose between poutine and geography.
Poutine.
Nate has a pair of jeans that he talked about on episode 43 that have empty pockets, yet they have something in it. What was it?
Empty pockets with something in it. Hate these literal
By the way-
questions.
Joey has the biggest smile on his face during this whole game, by the way.
And I'm actually thinking hard now because I want to try and get this right, but I'm
We
not.
can hear the wheels cranking.
Yeah, the
right?
hamster wheel kind of broke already, though. Hamster's on vacation. It's probably not right, but his hand.
No, a hole. It has a hole in it.
Good point. Touche.
Well played.
Yeah.
Nate,
All right.
your categories are King of the Hill and the worst Christmas movie ever.
Hey, shut your mouth.
The worst Christmas movie ever.
You
I
watch
was
yourself.
wondering
Hey.
which one was me, and then I figured it out.
Oh. Ryan once held this by himself for 30 minutes without ever touching it. What was it?
Held for 30 minutes without touching it.
Yes, good job on hearing.
I don't know, his breath.
No.
His chin
He
up?
once held a conversation by himself for 30 minutes.
I do that often
Clint!
now when I stream.
Clint, you're up. Your categories are Punch Out and The Simpsons.
Like, oh wow, Punch Out.
Ryan made something in the bedroom one night, but no one ever saw it. What was it?
The bed.
Nope, it's just a noise. He made a noise and nobody ever saw it. Y'all really suck at this game, by the way. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood
true.
that.
Yep.
Oh, how many rounds are there?
Everybody's got 5 rounds, so
Okay, so
everybody's
we're 3
got.
in. We got 2 more.
Yep. All right, Ryan,
Yes.
back to you.
Yes.
Your choices are anger issues and edibles. We're back to those 2 categories.
Anger issues.
Just kind of curious. Is edibles the same either if he answered it earlier?
Just shut up, Clint.
Okay.
As strong as Nate is, he couldn't hold this for more than 30 seconds. What was it?
Longer than 30 seconds. A conversation with himself.
With his
Nope.
breath.
It's his breath.
Damn, I knew that one.
I know he can hold his breath longer than 30 seconds. So I was like, that doesn't seem like it makes sense. Damn you for tricking me.
Well,
Damn
help
you.
it.
Oh well.
Nate,
What's up?
your turn.
All right.
Your choices are musubi. Did I pronounce that correct?
You did. Very good.
Points for
And
Joey.
yes, and mustache wax.
Let's go with musubi.
Yes.
Because I like saying it. It's a nice word.
Uh-huh. And in episode 4, Ryan mentioned owning one of these with big teeth as a child, but it never ate. What was it?
Is it a clock?
No, it's a comb.
How have I known both
Oh.
these last answers, but I won't know this one. All right.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, Clint.
How does a clock have teeth?
I don't know.
What the hell, Nate? Seriously.
It's possible.
What? How do you tell time, sir?
Hey, teethy clock.
Teethy clock.
Oh my.
Okay, Clint, it's your choice. Your categories are pineapple or Canadian bacon.
I'll go Canadian bacon this time.
All right. In episode 40, Nate told us a story about needing to bury something late one night and dug a hole 5 foot by 5 foot. How much dirt was in it?
None. It was an empty hole.
Oh, Clint finally got a question right, guys. We're on the board. Congratulations, Clint. You earned 1 point.
1 toward 1,000.
Yep. All right. Next is Ryan.
Yes.
Your choices are ugly white guy or the Hulk.
Let's go.
Which one am I?
I wonder. Let's go ugly white guy.
All right. So in episode 19, Clint tells us he owned one of these with 3 feet on it, but it couldn't walk. What was it?
3 feet on it, but couldn't walk.
That's what she said.
Tent pole. Wayne's World joke.
No,
for
it
you.
was.
No, that was a
Oh,
Wayne's World
don't
joke for
eat
him. Yeah.
Play it straight.
3
He knows he
feet, but
doesn't
couldn't
really
walk.
Play the field.
Shut up,
Keep
Clint. I
it
can't
real.
concentrate.
No way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate.
Take away his point.
You are not pretty
just
fly
took
for a
away.
white guy.
Dash next to it. Now it's -1 point that Clint has.
There you go. 3
So Nate
feet,
and Ryan are now in the lead with Ryan points each.
but couldn't walk.
Oh, by the way, the guy sang.
Oh yeah, Ryan points.
Oh, Ryan points too. Yeah, good call.
Sorry, what was the question again? He had something? No, I'm thinking really hard.
Clint once owned one of these with 3 feet on it, but it couldn't walk. What was it?
In case you're just tuning in, we're terrible at riddles.
You're turning into a podcast towards the end. You're silly.
Yardstick.
Hey, you could have skipped ahead by accident.
It is a yardstick. Congratulations.
Hey.
You earn pi points, 3.14. Good job.
Jumps
Nate,
into the lead. What's
you
up?
did jump into the lead. Your choices are too much hair on top of their head and not quite enough hair on top of their head.
Too much hair.
That would be Clint, who during our episode with Meg told us while on vacation one year, he saw something with 4 eyes, but it couldn't see. What was it?
4 eyes, but cannot see.
Yep.
I think I know what this is.
4 eyes, and they visited somewhere.
Canadian was probably the worst person to get this.
I was
question.
thinking.
Yeah. Okay. See now you're helping me here with this one. Okay. Now it's gonna be a place. I'm trying to think of places. Oh my god. God, fuck! I swear I've heard this one from you before. I'm just gonna stall. I'm just trying to spell in my head. No,
Nate
it's not
also
that.
fails at spelling.
That's me, not Nate.
You spelled time check wrong in the chat. Hello.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it Mississippi?
It is Mississippi, and that one amazingly was our 1,000-point
Oh, what the
question.
hell?
You are our winner
Rigged.
for this episode. Congratulations,
Oh, the hell.
Nathaniel. You
I
are
did
the
it.
winner of our 50th episode question. Good job.
I
Clint, do
did
you
that
want to
last
answer
week,
your
too.
5th round one just in case you can tie by some
Yeah.
miracle?
I just want to see if I can answer it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
All right, so your categories are tramp stamp or nose ring.
I guess I'll go nose ring.
Nate ran away from home as a child, made 3 left turns, and came face to face with 2 guys in masks. Where was Nate at?
He ran away from home. Took 3 left turns. Uno, dos,
Wow.
tres. Okay.
Good job listening.
I'm just making sure I'm processing. This riddle has a whole new connotation with COVID-19, but where is he? 2 guys in masks, huh? I don't know. In the backyard.
It was the catcher and the umpire. He was at a baseball field.
Ah.
Yes. So, final totals is Nate in first place with 1,000 points, Ryan with pi points, and Clint with -1 points. 'cause he sang.
-1. That's right.
Yeah. Because he sang. He shouldn't have sang.
Ah, you suck again.
See,
That was pretty good.
Ryan's hit us with 2 good ones this episode.
And Clint-
so it'll be
Yeah,
like
I would
episode-
stop while
lost.
you're ahead.
You lost the
Be
game.
like George Costanza in that episode and be like, that's it. I'm out. And just walk on out while you're ahead.
We'll see Ryan again in episode 74.
Yeah,
24
yeah.
episodes
Before he hits his next funny joke. So it's good.
Congratulations, Nate, on winning that very fair and balanced game.
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't win. That's a bingo score.
Yes.
I did it.
I did.
Thank you, Joey.
I did it.
Thank you, Joey, as always, for hosting the game. You pretty
Hopefully
much hosted
our-
every game up until this point, which has been always amazing.
You've taken a few. Hopefully our listeners learned some stuff about y'all. It did take a lot of research getting that information off the previous episodes and contacting your moms and finding out stuff about y'all. Like, I didn't even know Ryan had a tramp stamp.
Yeah, why you gotta be airing my business about my tattoos, man?
Yeah.
It is interesting. It says Tony Stank, by the way, for those of you that don't know.
It's an appropriate area to have that tattoo.
Yeah, I got the temporary tattoo via FedEx, just FYI.
Thank you, Joey. That was great as always. Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in this week. It got definitely off the rails, like right from the beginning, but that's nothing new when the four of us get together, and especially when we don't have a topic, we just tend to ramble and have a good time doing it. And that's honestly, for me, one of the best parts of recording with these guys is just the fact that we can literally talk about anything and eat up an hour and a half of our time and hopefully an enjoyable hour and a half of your time that's listening out there. And that's honestly one of the best things about what we do, and I enjoy that. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being a part of this podcast. That's you three that I'm pointing at right now at my camera.
You're welcome.
Hey, you can math. You can math today. Good job.
I can math today. I math. There's 3 and me. Teriyaki, Batman, free bases, Froot. That's the title of the episode. Thank you. Thank you.
You spelled fruit wrong. I had to correct you.
Anyway,
the Froot Loops is Froot.
You're right. Yeah, I was just writing it as it was coming up, but yes, you're right. That's the correct spelling of the cereal.
What else we got here? We've got episode 50 is in the books. We've got to make sure you guys are following us on Twitter and Instagram at _Dorksmen. Like I said, if you email us with the subject with the subject title Bell, I will read and respond to your email over the course of the next 50 episodes.
Over the next almost a year.
Yeah, next 50 episodes I will find time to respond. What else we got? We've got Dorksmen Game Night on Friday. We're gonna have a big announcement, something fun, 7 p.m. Pacific. I think Clint will be doing a game stream Tuesday or Wednesday with Sully.
Tuesday night, Mario Kart.
Tuesday night.
And we might play some Fortnite.
We might play some Fortnite. We want to do some Fortnite streaming.
Make sure you stream.
Yeah, Twitch/.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv. /the_Dorksmen for us.
And also MySpace Gaming. We're slowly moving into that.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah. Us and Dr. Disrespect. We're going to be the first two people on MySpace Gaming.
Still don't know what happened to him. I'm very curious.
On MySpace Gaming. There was a tweet about it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that wraps up episode 50. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to add.
No, just again.
Thank you to everybody that's listened and guested and done something for us, whether it be art or just listened. Because without everybody else, it would just be the four of us, randomly talking and recording it for posterity, and nobody would be listening to it. So we've had a bunch of people contribute from, making art and this, that, or the other, and just listening and just supporting and retweeting our posts, when our podcast goes live. So just wanted to give a special shout out to everybody in our Friends Network, outside of our Friends Network, that's been supportive of us over the last 50 episodes and has, helped make this thing semi-successful as, it relates to podcasts, if that can be a thing, because there's like over 1 billion of them. But, we're one of them.
We are the 6%.
Yeah. Yes.
We reached 50.
You get that tattooed on my forehead.
That'll be our bonus Ask the Dorksman question from Julie is, what tattoo would we get? There it is. 6%.
This 6%. That's
apparently
terrible.
I already have a tattoo of an envelope on my ass, so we'll just leave it there.
That says Tony Stank.
Yeah, no, that's a tramp.
That's the other one.
That's above the crack.
And that
anyway,
that's not an envelope; it's a FedEx box that says Tony Stank.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work into the riddle.
Oh wait, there was one more thing I wanted to do. Pineapple fact.
Oh, pineapple fun fact, right?
I don't remember if I've used this one, but it's very topical and part of this current political climate. So, pineapples are native to South America before Christopher Columbus discovered them in 1493. Fuck Christopher Columbus and fuck all those Confederate statues. Tear that shit down. Yeah, there's your pineapple fun fact for today.
Wow.
And it was
Um,
fun.
They just tore down the Christopher Columbus statue, I think, in St. Louis the other day, which was,
I thought it was
good on
Boston.
them. So Boston, maybe both. They're all coming down.
Yeah.
They're all coming down. And
Anyway.
Stream Hamilton, wonderful, wonderful story. I learned a lot as a Canadian who does not know shit about American history. I learned a lot, and it was wonderful.
I'm ready to start Dark again on Netflix.
I should watch that. I haven't watched that yet.
It's very good. Watch it subtitled.
Okay.
Don't watch it dubbed. It's a
Don't
lot
watch
of
it dubbed?
reading,
Okay.
but it's worth it. It's a very complicated. If you think any of the shows or movies we talked about with Alex are convoluted and complicated to keep up with as far as time travel, you have no idea what you're getting into.
All right. Well, good to know. That sounds like we can do another whole episode on that. Why don't we
Might.
do that next? We might do that. Maybe. One day. All right.
Probably not.
I think we've rambled enough as this outro, I think. All right. That's my secret. I'm always angry.
I'm 50.
Word homies.
I'm Teriyaki Batman.